to this edition of LSU Shreveport Student News. I'm Jasmine Edwards.
And I'm Myesha Davis. Our top story today is about the LEAD program. Reporter Tiffany Sandifer brings us more.
You may have seen posters around campus. You may have even seen it on bumper stickers. And you may be wondering exactly what LEAD is about. I spoke to some of the contributing members of this organization to see what they had to say. What is LSUS LEAD? Many people here on campus would describe LEAD as a hands-on program that gives students the opportunity to develop many useful skills that can be applied to real-life situations, as well as challenge them to be the change that they want to see in the world. I had the opportunity to speak with Wayne Hogue, business professor and director of the LSUS LEAD program, about how this unique program came to be.
LSUS's leadership program, it's actually a character and leadership education and development program. LEAD stands for Leadership Education and Development. Started in late 2007. The provost said, we need a leadership program. And that was the instructions I was given. So Leadership 201, the very first time was in the fall semester of 2008. So that's 8 semesters, including summers, that LEAD has been around. We've had 565 students take at least one leadership class. The first level of achievement is a leadership certificate, where you complete 9 hours, three classes of leadership classes to earn a certificate. This semester we will award our 75th leadership certificate. So that's a pretty cool thing in 3 short years. You know, and we go to military academies 3 times a year, and you know, I mean, there's a huge influence from the military, and I realized also early on in the development of LEAD that there is this inherent in the culture of the military. Now, the military is comprised of Americans, so they have the same problems America has, but there is this inherent elevated appreciation or value of honor, duty, respect. I mean, just listening to military people address superiors, superior officers and all that. It's, you know, when I get an email from civilians that are in the military, it starts off with sir. And all the, you know, there's all these examples of this elevated level of respect and duty and honor. And I realized early on, I said, you know what? If we can capture 1% of that inherent sense of honor and duty and inject it into the civilian population, we can change the world. And I think that's what we're doing.
By using pointers from some of America's finest and attending leadership conferences across the country at military academies, students have a rare and unique opportunity to not only learn about leadership but put it into practice, which is exactly what students Brenton Bird and Long Chung did with the first ever LSUS LEAD Summit.
NCEA is the National Conference on Ethics in America, and it's held at West Point, which is the United States Military Academy in New York. And it's held every year, and it's a really great conference because it allows students like myself and students all across the United States to gain insight and a little experience in the problems that America's faced with every day. And it's really a conference where you can talk about almost anything, really, and that's the whole idea of it. The mentors there and the advisors there really push the questions, and they push what is ethical and what is not ethical, and they ask reasons why. Why do you believe this? What are the reasons, your own experiences on why you believe this? And so I've come away with a lot of different views and different opinions just because there's so many different people there. And what I loved about it is there was no question that was off limits. You could ask and you could go into things that you wouldn't be able to talk about in a regular classroom setting.
Actually, we mirrored NCEA to the LEAD Summit. We got, over there they had group discussions, here we have group discussions. We talk about ethics over there, we talk about ethics over here. We kind of sculpted around high school students, how it interacted in their high school career, how it interacted in their lives.
Each student who came to LEAD Summit had a mentor. There were, say, five students to one mentor, and during in between the speakers, the mentors would go and sit down and talk with the students about everything from bullying to sportsmanship, and all these ideas and aspects that fit into their high school lives. And it was really great because also the speakers, what they discussed, we discussed morality and ethics, character, honesty, integrity, respect. And so all of these things that the students would listen to during the LEAD Summit, they'd be able to talk about with their mentors and get a little more in depth, similar to what we were able to at West Point with our mentors.
With a turnout of over 120 high school students, the summit was a great success. And most importantly, LEAD has made its first steps in making an impact in this community.
I was reading some of the student evaluations after LEAD Summit, and several high school students said things like, it was really cool to be around a bunch of people who want to change the world. And I thought, yeah, that's what we're doing. You know, that's what I was talking about earlier. LEAD is a program, is a command. It's what you ought to do, but mostly it's a movement. And I realize that's what we're creating here. And it's what LEAD is becoming. It's taking on a life of its own. It is a movement, and it's a cool movement to be a part of, too.
And with this continuing growth, a new elite student organization, which is made up of leaders of character here on campus, emerged this past spring. Graduate student and commanding officer of LEAD Corps, Stephen Susla, tells us about where he hopes to see this organization go.
In the future, I would like to see, and we set it up this way, so that because of the uniqueness of the LEAD program at LSUS, LEAD Corps is also unique. And because of that fact, we do get a lot of national attention. And we hope to grow this and expand into further campuses across the nation and things like that. So hopefully one day every college campus across the land will have a LEAD Corps, and the amount of characters of leader that are in this nation and the future leaders of the world will have the opportunity to be members of LEAD Corps.
And of course, with the LEAD movement inspiring students to get involved on campus and in their community, it has inspired LSUS to take some great steps of their own. The paperwork for a LEAD minor has been put into the works. I sat down with the LSUS Provost and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Paul Sisson, to discuss the details.
I really want to see this become a campus-wide activity so that students in any degree program, doesn't matter if they're in one of the business degrees or science, education, anything at all, they can pursue that degree and pick up this LEAD minor, the LEAD training on the side, because leadership is something that applies to people in every degree program. I'm hoping for the spring. I hope that we get all that done and have it in place by the end of the spring semester. The excitement is there, the support is there. I'm excited as well, so we're going to push it hard.
LEAD organizers invite you to watch this organization grow. Reporting for LSU Shreveport Student News, I'm Tiffany Sandifer.
Wow, that looks like an incredible program. I had no idea they did so many great things on campus.
Every fall semester, the Student Development and Counseling Center selects a group of mature and dedicated students to help with the orientation of freshman students. Here's Arden Stone with the details on this program.
Freshman orientation leaders are critical to welcoming incoming freshmen. But what exactly are freshman orientation leaders?
We have freshman orientation leaders. We select 10 students. They can be anywhere from first-time freshmen all the way to a graduate student. And basically we pick 10 students that are there to orient the freshmen.
You will be guiding these young freshmen into the campus and just showing them what it's all about, and it's a great opportunity to develop your leadership.
Kind of be a mentor almost for the students, and also to take them on a campus tour, let them to know what kind of student organizations, if they have questions, where to go, what buildings, the people to contact. So it's just basically really an orientation of how to survive that first freshman year, that first week of school or the first semester.
What are the expectations from a freshman orientation leader?
We do have, obviously you're expected to be here all day on the freshman orientation sessions. We have a total of 6 orientation sessions, so that's 6 days that you're here from 7 a.m. to about 6 o'clock. And that's an all-day thing. And then also with that, you have to be trained to be an orientation leader. It's not something you can walk into. There's lots of training, and we do every Friday 1 to 3 during the spring semester. And that's really important. You have faculty, staff, deans that come from all over campus to tell you about their departments, to let you, because you think as a student you know a lot about LSUS, and having taken over freshman orientation, the coordination of it last year, I learned so much and had been at LSUS for 6 years and learned even more. So it's always a learning experience. So it's a big time commitment.
So who would make a good freshman orientation leader?
People who work really well with a team, flexibility. Like I said, you're going to be thrown into a lot of different situations that, you're not really going to have to prepare for. You got to adapt quick.
This is Arden Stone for LSU Shreveport Student News.
And speaking of keeping an eye on things can get complicated for our graduating seniors. Here is the story on how you can be prepared for your graduation date.
For this December's graduating seniors, the experience can be very exciting, but potentially overwhelming. Assistant Director of Support Services Barbara Castro told us what steps our seniors need to take to be prepared for graduation.
When a student is ready for graduation, the first step they need to do the semester before they expect to graduate is to go to their advisor, who will send them to their department chair to fill out a degree checkout. Go to our website, lsus.edu, offices and services, records and registration, and then graduation. And under the graduation tab, they're going to find a graduation packet, which includes a graduation checkout, a graduation application that they need to fill out and turn into us. There's a news release form in case they want to change which newspaper they want the release to go to, their hometown, so they can have it go to 2 different places if they like, or just back home.
While you're on the graduation tab, make sure you complete the graduate survey by clicking the link provided. This only takes a few minutes and is mandatory for graduation. If you missed Grad Fair in October, the University Bookstore is a one-stop shop for graduation gear. Caps and gowns are in stock year-round, and hoods are available if you're obtaining a master's. Order announcements and thank you cards, which can be ready in just 2 days. Diploma frames for offices are available in different styles, and men and women's graduation rings can be ordered from Balfour while in the bookstore. Spring semester grad fair will be in March, so students can get a jump on their graduation purchases and register to become alumni. Active alumni always receive a discount at the bookstore.
The December 2011 graduation, we're expecting approximately 250 graduates, and we've also invited the 87 August graduates to attend the ceremony.
The ceremony will be held at the CenturyLink Center on Sunday, December 18th at 2 o'clock. Graduates are asked to be at the CenturyLink at 12:45 for lineup and pictures. The alumni will be giving a reception for the graduates before the ceremony. We hope this information makes the graduation process run a little smoother. I'm Stephanie LaPred with LSU Shreveport Student News.
I'm sure there are many upcoming seniors that will find that information very helpful as their graduation date approaches.
Yeah, Jasmine, that is correct. It's a lot of paperwork.
It is. It really is. But through all that paperwork, it's still worth it. Yes. Because I'm really excited. I've been really waiting for this graduation date. And so glad to be moving on into my career.
Yes, I'm happy. The debate team held its last Coffeehouse Debate on Wednesday. The argument for this session was whether we should move to a 4-day class schedule. Our very own Ian Andrews brings us more.
Whether or not LSU Shreveport should adopt a 4-day class schedule was the issue of the day for the last of this semester's public forum debates. Hosted by the LSUS debate team, Amber Webb and Julian Lawrence discussed the pros and cons of a Monday through Thursday schedule of classes. Webb was against the new schedule, and Lawrence spoke in favor of it. Lawrence mentioned ideas such as students having Fridays free for library research or meeting with their professors, having science labs only offered on Fridays, or just being able to work more at the end of a shorter class week. The cons presented by Webb included longer classes, the possible loss or shortening of our common hour, and only 2 classes a week for courses such as foreign language and math. At the end of the debate, the audience was polled and they named Lawrence the winner of the debate. For LSU Shreveport Student News, I'm Ian Andrew.
Now, this debate series has been looking at specific issues to LSUS. The debate team is hoping that all students will become more aware of these issues and take a more active part in developing our campus policies.
That's right, Jasmine. Let's see what we have coming up this week on the calendar.
Thankful Monday will be taking place on November 21st during Common Hour. The Student Activities Board will be giving out free turkey legs to students with valid student ID to celebrate the upcoming Thanksgiving holiday. LSUS Rec Sports will be hosting a ping pong tournament on Wednesday, November 23rd. in the UC Game Room. Pilots, if you're interested in participating, then make sure you sign up by 10 a.m. the day of the event. And speaking of Thanksgiving, the LSU Shreveport University offices will be closed Thursday, November 24th through Saturday, November 26th in observance of Thanksgiving holiday. Students, take this opportunity to spend time with your loved ones. LSUS is collecting new unwrapped toys for the Hugs for Kids Community Service Project in honor of the upcoming holiday season. All toys will be donated to the children's wing of the LSU Health Science Center. If you are interested in donating, please contact Kimberly Thornton at kimberly.thornton@lsu.edu. And of course, with finals quickly approaching, students may be feeling a bit stressed. Well, LSUS Rec Sports will be offering free yoga sessions as a way for students to unwind with Stretch the Stress Away. This week-long event is free for students and will run through Monday, November 28th to December 2nd. There will be multiple times available for students who are interested in attending. Thank you, pilots. This will be our last newscast for this semester. It's been fun.
And we've really enjoyed bringing you the news.
And we've learned a lot bringing you these newscasts.
And pilots, we'll see you in January.